Good morning, I'm Olivia. Welcome to my SilverSneakers Flex Chair Yoga class. Get a chair without arms and let's get going. All right, settle in against the back of the chair, please. That gives you a chance to say, I've arrived. That's half of the battle, right? Remember, week 1 was just show up. Last week was hugs. This week is kindness. So when somebody does something kind to you, you take your hand and put it over your heart. Just, thank you, right? So I'm going to ask you to do that today. As soon as I clear my throat. Your left hand over your heart and your right hand on your belly. And give it a little bit of pressure right there. And then breathe. In through the nose, out through the nose. Long, full, and deep. Let the biting teeth relax so your jaw and throat is relaxed here. And then just let the corners of your mouth drop in a little bit of a smile. And then eyes open, soft gaze. Did you think that was my bell going off? Ringing bell? All right. So still sitting back against the back of the chair, I just ask you to open your eyes so you can watch. I'm going to tip the head over, and this shoulder is going to drop down. Maybe if you'd like a little finger up there on the top, but just ever so gently to help you get into that tight spot. Maybe a little tip in the chin. And then lifting back up, and we're going to look over the right shoulder, and I'm going to take my finger right there in the chin to sort of assist in that just a little bit. And then when you get there, see if you can let those muscles relax. And then we'll go the other way, same thing, tipping the head, and maybe some gentle fingers there. And then maybe let that chin rock forward just a little bit. And this right shoulder still presses down to really open this up here. And then we look to the left wall and maybe fingers there on the chin to help you turn just a little more. Not a lot, nothing is forced here. There should be no pain. And then while you sit there, see if you can let those muscles relax using your breath. And then come on back to the front. Let's open the chest wide. So sort of using the back of the chair to support you here, stretching the knuckles, reach the fingers back, keeping the chin tucked here. And then we're going to go forward. Now, this is as if you're rounding over a big beach ball here. So round that upper body, breathe into the back ribs. And then roll the spine back into the chair again. Let's take this one more time. Press the fingers back, using the chair for a little bit of support. Do keep the chin tucked here so the head is lifted, but it hasn't fallen back. And then we come forward, this big beach ball right here. You're going to round over it, so pull that navel towards your spine and stay here, breathe, lift the back ribs to the ceiling. And then exhale, roll right back up nice and slow. All right, we walk to the end of the chair. Come into seated mountain pose. The feet are on the ground. In fact, let's put some weight forward on your feet there and press them into the ground. Look at them. Be sure they are, ankles are right underneath the knees. Press the toes into the ground and then sit up nice and tall on the sit bones. All right, maybe we take a little roll back towards the tailbone and then a sit up nice and tall. So nothing's happening up here. It's all down here. So a little roll back and a little sit up tall. And again, just keep your eyes straight ahead, scooping the belly, navel towards the spine, and back up. One more time. and back up. Now let's take the shoulders. We're going to press the knuckles forward and then pull the shoulder blades back. And again, press them forward, a little tuck in the chin maybe, and then pull back. So this is just the upper body. I'm staying square on my sit bones. And back. And one more time. And back. Arms out to the side. All right. I'm just going to hinge just a little bit. This is just the rib cage here. Now, if this feels better to you, or hands on the hip, that's fine. Long lever makes it a little more challenging. So you work where you are comfortable. Find what feels good. This is your own adventure today. And again. All right, let's leave that left hand up there and then follow it by the right. All right, and I'm going to open the arms and add this twist. Keep the arms up here and then raise them back up. Deep breath in, and then we go the other way. Inhale, we lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, we lift. And exhale, lower. All right, now wash the wall, side to side. I made an adjustment in the microphone. It's driving me crazy. I'll have to see if I can fix it. Lead with that elbow, and then lead with the elbow. One more time. Leave that right hand there, followed by the left, and circling the wrist. Nice. And just for fun, let's lift that foot up and see if we can circle the ankle too. All right. And then switch the other side, same thing. Nice. Nice. And then in and out. Fingers in, fingers out. 2 more. All right. Cross your arms in front, let the shoulders release, drop the chin. And then as if you were going to take your shirt off, deep breath in, arms up, we hinge forward. Look to the earth. Take this halfway rise, heart moves forward. Beautiful, reach into chair pose. And then from here, I'm going to put my left hand down. I'm going to circle this arm around. Then I'm going to scoop the belly, roll back just a little bit, like you're reaching something in the back seat, and then bring it forward to me. All right, up and around. You want to grab what's in the back seat. Pull that belly in here. And back. I'm rolling back towards the tailbone, so I'm going to scoop my low belly here. Scoop back and forward. One more time. Scoop back and forward. All right, we switch. And back. Reach. 3 more times. Scoop that belly. You know, it's on the floor back there, and you got to reach back and get it. How many times have you done that? And here comes the fairies. And reach forward, chair pose. Airplane pose. So squeezing the shoulder blades in. Nice. Chair pose, eyes up. Nothing's changing in the low half. Put that sit bone, put those tailbone on the ground. Hinge, reach back. Come forward. And reach back. Notice the difference. Easier on the core muscles to do this, right? The core muscles have to fire on when you do this. Reach to the ceiling and right knee up. And then left. And you can just let it flop down there if that feels good to you. Kind of wake up the feet a little bit. Again. All right, we're going to leave this left one up here. And then draw a circle right in front here first. You can support here. You could put it on the ground if that's easier for you. And then out to the side, open wide, cross over, and reach back. Across, open wide, cross, and open back. Now what I want you to focus on is head over, heart over, pelvis. So that body's not going to move. It's just the leg and the arm. Almost turn it into a little Pilates work. And back to the front. All right, from here, extend it out. Hold that ceiling, hold that wall up with your foot. Let's just take a little pulse here. Use the leg hand if you need to. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release it back down. All right, other side. Bring that knee in. And we're going to draw a circle right here in front. I guess I have my foot going too. That's okay. So small first. And then out to the side, open wide, cross, and look behind. I want to pull that in just a little bit towards my midline too. Out to the side. Bring it a little more towards the midline. And again. 3 more times. And 2. And last one. All right, come on back to the front, and here we go. We're going to take this out in front and a little pulse. Hold on if you need to. 8, 7, 6, 5, lift up. 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. All right, we need to stand up and relieve these hip flexors. Deep breath in. Exhale, circle sweep, up we go. All right, and reach to the ceiling. Drop your shoulders, connect the ribs to the hips here. And then wiggle the arms, fingers down. Let's go grab a drink and we'll work around to the back of the chair. But we're going to come into mountain pose and see if we can stretch out those hip flexors first. Okay, so I'm just going to move this out of the way so the video can see me. Heels underneath the sit bones there. My kids are, my son in Bangkok, of course, he's ready to go to bed. He's yakking right now. He tried to call me. No, I can't talk right now. So he's yakking. All right. Heels are right underneath the sit bones, and then let the tailbone draw downward towards the earth. And that means you're going to have to soften those knees. You can't do that with straight knees, right? So a little micro bend. Let the tailbone draw downward towards the ground. And today I'm going to press the knuckles back just a little bit, which is going to lift the heart. So the tailbone's going to the back. So we don't have this hyperextension, right? Tailbone down and just lift the heart. Feel the shoulder blades are going to draw together just a little bit. And then come forward. I'm going to grab my thumb in this keyhole. Press the knuckles down and stretch. Thank you, Mary Beth. And stretch across the shoulder blades. Tuck the chin. I'm not hinging forward or bending my knees. I'm just stretching across the back. And then we're going to go right back again. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Great stretch in the chest. Thumbs out. And then exhale. Just the upper body. Tuck the chin. One more time. We want to work at getting that back straight. All right, so this time I am going to hinge at the hip, put a micro bend in my knees, and let the knuckles reach back and up. Breathing deep. All right, and just stand up nice and tall. Deep breath in. Exhale, circle them down. All right, let's go back to downward facing dog. So walking the feet back, take them about chair width, apart. Hinge at the hip, soften the knees, lowering the heart downward towards the ground as much as your shoulders will allow, but let's not let the head fall below the arms. Not that you would do that. And then you want to point that tailbone to the back wall. And then opening up that back, low back space by taking that deep breath in, belly in. One more. All right, bringing the hands back to the knees and bend the knees right here. Bring the heart forward. And then we're going to take cat and cow in this position today. So eyes up, heart forward, and then exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin towards the chest. All right, and then again, eyes up, heart forward. Now I'm not on my kneecaps, I'm above my kneecaps, squeezing my thigh muscles there, and round. And again, that tailbone goes back to the back wall, heart comes forward and round. This should feel pretty darn good. Yep, hope so. One more time. And exhale. And this time push up the legs, roll the spine all the way up and around, and shake out. All right. All right. So from the back of the chair, create some space between you and the chair. Deep breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, we halfway rise. Exhale, come into chair pose and reach to the ceiling. Step in on the right foot, step back on the left, and we come into warrior one. So that back heel is down, toes turned out just a little bit, and rise up. You want to work at keeping that knee over the ankle in front. You may want to bring the back foot in a little bit. All right? Nice, beautiful. Drop your shoulders, connect the ribs to the hips. Let's take just a little circle here. A little wiggle. All right, now you've got this big beach ball here. I'm going to turn it over. Oh yeah, to the right wall. And then to the left wall. Back to the center. Tip to the right. And tip to the left. And from here, reach and drop it right onto the chair. Swing those arms to the back into that airplane position. Left hand on the chair. Swing that right arm up like you're waving to somebody there. Now, you can always put the hand on the hip if that feels better, or the shoulder, or reach. Swing it down in front, and all the way up again, and hold. Press into the back heel. Remember, that's what's holding you steady here. All right, both hands on the chair, step back to downward facing dog. Tailbone to the back wall, soften the knees as much as you need to. And bring the hands back to the thigh muscles. Reverse swan dive all the way back up. Forward fold. Nice wingspan here. We halfway rise. And circle sweep into that chair pose. Eyes up, heart forward. We're going to reach to the chair. Step back on the right foot. You rise up into warrior one. Drop your shoulders again. Little circle in the wrist. Wiggle in the fingers. We're going to look to the left. Little movement. Look to the right, little movement. Back to the front, tip to the left. Tip to the right, nice. Good and steady in the bottom, that's what I want you to find right here. And then I'm gonna hinge forward. Yes, hold on, hold on, hold on. Let the ball go and reach back. Let the fingers reach towards the heel, belly in, squeezing the shoulder blades. Right hand on the chair, left hand in the pocket if that feels better to you, or reach it up. Let's take one swing, down and up and hold. All right, looking to that left wall. Don't look at me, look to the wall. Yeah, perfect. And breathe. All right, both hands on the chair, step back to downward facing dog. Very, very nice. Let's take the feet a little bit wider maybe a little wider than chair width if that works for you. Soften the knees and then push the hips towards the right wall. You will notice an inner thigh stretch on that left leg. And then let's push them to the other wall. And you'll notice that inner thigh stretch. Goodness. All right, back to the center. Now the hand, left hand on top of the right. Let's do the same thing. I'm going to sink into my left knee a little bit and get a nice stretch down the left side. And then we'll go the other way. Right hand on top of the left. Bend the right knee a little bit. Nice. And back to the center. Walk your feet in, toe heel, toe heel. Rise up onto the toes and walk into the chair on tiptoes. All right. So holding on, we're still up on the toes. All right. And then as we sink down, rise the hands up, upward salute. Let's go the other way. On the toes. And down. And up on the toes. Very nice. And down. All right. And come back to mountain pose. All the way down. Let's get a drink of water. Come back. I was supposed to say that 3 times. So. All right, so from our star pose today, and if you can line the heels up with the legs of the chair and then turn the toes out just a little bit, we'll come into star pose. One arm up. If you need the chair, by all means, keep that one there. If not, let's take that one up. First thing I always say is drop your shoulders, connect the ribs to the hips, and feel very, very secure in here, all right? Yeah, nice. Little wiggle in the fingers maybe. And let's just take just an ever so slight rotation in the upper body. Come back to the front. Don't move the hips at all. I'm not going very far. A little bit of a rotation. And back. Over to the side. I'm going to come to the front. Over to the side. And back. So we have this big fit ball here. Y'all know what those are in the gym, right? Come right back around. And this is all in my upper body. I'm not using my lower half of my body at all. It's staying glued from the navel down. There's no movement at all. So think about that. You have to fire on your core. All right, we switch directions. The other way. If you need to have hands down, that's okay. This is the rib cage that's moving here. And land back in warrior two, and star pose, shoulders down. Now left hand slides down. I want to bend my right knee and look down towards the heel. Good stretch in the neck. Rise right back up. Sink into that left knee. Drop that hand down. Look down towards the toes. And right back up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Move with your breath and move with intention. All the way back up. Hands together and bring them down. We're going to go back to that left hand on the heart, right hand on belly, and sink into this goddess pose just a little bit. So give yourself a little bit of pressure right there. Feel for the rhythm of your heart. And while we're here, let's just take, we haven't done this in a long, long time, one Om, all right? We're going to stretch it out nice and long. I'll start it, and then you just follow me. We take a deep breath in. Om. Feel that vibration. Yeah. All right, stretch the arms out. Turn the left toe to the front and the right toe to the right wall. I said that right. All right, and we're going to sink into the knee and rise back up. Deep breath in. Again, sink. Land in warrior two and rise right back up. Now check all these things. That knee stays over the ankle. That back leg stays straight. We work at getting these arms parallel to the earth. Again. This time bring the hands back to the heart, just as we did before. And now I'm going to hinge, looking down towards that toe. All right, and from here, let's unfurl the arms and come into that side angle. Right hand down, left hand reaches, and then maybe turn the gaze, looking skyward. Y'all did a beautiful job on that Om. Did you feel that vibration? I love it. Word is that's the sound the earth makes when it's being created. Deep breath. Circle that arm around. Let's go one more time. And as we come up, we're going to straighten that front leg using the chair and lift that arm to the ceiling. If you don't need the chair, then go ahead and let that hand slide down that left leg there. Reaching nice and tall. Both toes to the front, back to our star pose. Drop your shoulders. Beautiful. All right, hands come in. Same thing at the heart. We're going to sink down into the knees here. I have my left hand at my heart. It doesn't look like it, but I have my left hand. Okay, we take another Om. Deep breath in. Om. Turn the toe, and we'll take this out. So deep breath in, out. Rise up. Warrior two. Rise up. Warrior two. Rise up and check all those things. This knee comes over the ankle. The arms come parallel. Back leg stays straight. Down. And one more time. We'll land in warrior two and hold this. Yeah, shoulders down. Firm up the legs here, all right? And watch, I always say, don't be anxious, all right? So back everything up. Head over, heart over, pelvis here, all right? You'll get a little inner thigh stretch here. You want to turn that toe in a little bit. That may help that, right? And then again, left hand at the heart. We're going to hinge right here. Looking down towards the toes. And then unfurl the arms. Rest that right hand or left hand and right hand to the ceiling. Too much for you? You need that chair for balance? It's right there in front of you. Use it. Right. And then they may be gazing to the front, maybe towards that arm. And let's lift back up. Now, We're going to straighten that front leg and lift to the ceiling, that left arm. Get that tailbone going right down towards the ground. So this right hip isn't up, right? You want to drop that right hip and reach to the ceiling. Reaching as far as you're comfortable here. Deep breath. All right. Turn the toes. Star pose. Nice. Hands together. Walk your feet in. Shake them out. You may need a little bit of that. And let's go back to downward facing dog. Really nice game. Tailbone to the back wall. Maybe any movement you need here. Sometimes I need a little wiggle in my hips. I need to tuck the tailbone. I need to turn the tailbone up just a little bit of wiggle. And then let's just see if we can come to some stillness right here in a comfortable position, because downward facing dog should feel good. The key to this is to please pull that navel in towards your spine to support the back right there. Maybe take more weight on the feet than the chair, and breathe. One more breath. Bend the knees, hands back on the thigh muscles. We're going to round the spine and roll back up. So a little tuck in the tailbone. Roll the shoulders up, around, and down. All right. A little shake out, grab a drink of water, and let's come on back. All right. I don't know, Sue, do you have room back there? Do you have enough room back there? Seriously? Okay, all right. Looks like you're heading out the door. Quick escape, just in case. All right, so we work a little bit on the hamstrings and the glutes here. I'm going to step forward on my left foot, so my right foot's back here. And plant both feet firmly on the ground. You can be about, you can use these, not if you're on the diagonal, but just on the railroad tracks, all right, not on the balance beam. And both feet on the ground, so make it feel just like mountain pose. Collarbones are broad. The only difference is the feet aren't together. Yeah. Nice. Maybe you can close your eyes if you'd like for a moment. All right. So I'm going to sink in the front knee, hands on the chair, and as I come forward, I'm going to pop that back foot up. My knee is still bent here just a little bit. The sole of the foot is, actually my foot is flexed in the back, so the toes are drawing in towards the knee. I'm going to pause. Now see what happens right away? Everybody's gone over this way, right? So what I want you to do is get yourself square over the chair, and that means a lot of work, right? My arms are even here. Maybe you need to drop the toe just a little bit. Maybe you need to press the toe a little further behind you instead of off to the side. But we want to stay even over the chair. A little bit of a pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold it there. Now, should we find some balance, as we call this spinal balance in Pilates, I'm going to reach my left hand forward, thumb to the ceiling, maybe up by the face, maybe right there in front of you. It does not matter to me. Now, sink into that knee, tap your toe. Rise right back up. And again, sink. And rise. 2 more. Sink. And rise. 1 more time. Sink and rise. This time, sink, put that foot on the ground. Toe, ball, heel. We're going to come away from the chair. Bring it with you if you need to. Hands at the heart. I'm going to add this little twist towards the right wall and then opening the arms. If you need that chair, bring it back to you and put your right hand on the chair. That's okay. We're looking to the left wall, but my right hand's on the chair. All right. Nice, nice. Hand on the chair, swing it back and come on back to downward facing dog. Any movement you need here, go through it. And then take the gaze over the chair and we step in on the right foot into that same walking position. Just caught you in the middle of a walk. Called pyramid pose. You're going to come away from the chair. This is pyramid pose with extended namaste. Yeah? All right. And then hands come back to the heart. We hold. Drawing that tailbone down to the ground gives you a great stretch in that hip flexor. And then sink into that front knee. We're going to let that back foot leave the earth. All right. Once again, we're not going off this side, right? We're going to stay right smack here in the center, so the heart's coming right over the chair. My arms look the same. Look down to them. One's not, I don't know how we do that. How would you do that? I don't know. All right. And then we're going to reach. We're going to take this pulse if you'd like. 8, 7, 6. You feel that glute and the hamstring working in the back of the leg. 4, 3, 2. Hold it. Belly in. And here we go. Tap the toe. Rise up. Tap the toe. Rise up. Squeeze that glute. 2 more times. Rise up. Nice one. Rise up. Now, sink, toe, ball, heel goes down. And we come away from the chair. Bring it with you if you're going to need it. Hands to the heart, because we're going to turn to the right wall. Deep breath in. Exhale. We add this rotation. And should you find your balance, maybe extend that right arm out. Maybe let the left hand, fingertips come to the chair. With a little bit of a twist here. Another breath. All right. Windmill that back arm to the front. We think we're so forward thinking that when we look off to the side, we get all confused. And settle on back. Downward facing dog. And then bend your knees, hands on the thigh muscles, tuck the tailbone, round back up again. Shoulders up by your ears, to the back and down. And let's step the feet wide. We're just going to take a little bit of a twist. And as you twist over to one side, be sure you lift the foot on the other side. So let the arms just kind of slap around your body here, just kind of gently. And then just let them stop on their own. All right, get a drink of water. We'll come back and balance. Yeah. All right, so let's come around to the right side of the chair. Come into mountain pose first. Tailbone to the ground, collarbones are broad. Keep your hand near the chair if you need it. I'm just going to invite you to close your eyes today. All right, so eyes open. Chair's handy if you need it, otherwise right here. I'm going to lift my right heel, transfer the weight a little bit to the left, still mountain pose, collarbones are broad. And then I'm going to hinge at the hip, shoot that leg back, and this time I want you to keep that heel up. All right, so you've got that balance. High lunge. Nice. And then if we find that balance, we're going to bring that other hand in. Dropping your shoulders. Turn the palms out. That's going to rotate the shoulders back a little bit too. Maybe bend the elbows a little. Bring the heart a little more forward. Yep. One hand is fine because we're going to do it on the other side. It's okay. Now, circle sweep, grab hold of the chair and reach forward, hinge at the hip like you're going to hand me something. Then I'm going to turn the chair in and I'm going to drop my hand to it. Keeping that left hand on the back of the chair there. Drop the right shoulder, lift the left shoulder, and look to the left wall. Back heel is up if that's accessible for you today. Maybe even look over that left shoulder. Twisted lunge. One more breath. Now to come out of this, I like to look to the floor first. All right, so do that. You're going to slide that back foot in, and I'm going to turn that thing out to the side. All right, back. And then we'll let that foot find its way to tree pose. All right. And so we find balance here. I've got the chair, I've got my foot on the ground, I'm feeling pretty good. All right. And as we begin to say, I think I'm going to balance more, you want to drop that toe down to the ground, go ahead and do so. Or maybe our tree has 1 or 2 branches. Squeeze that foot into your calf there. You're going to fire on that hamstring muscle in this leg, both glutes. All right, and with intention, pass Press right through mountain pose. All the way down. All right. So to get to the other side, I'm going to take this little action in my feet. Just because. So chair is going to be handy, all right? In our mountain pose, again. And then sink into the knee, lift the foot, and shoot it back. Just the toes and the ball of the heel goes down, and we rise up into high lunge. So I have a little micro bend in here in this knee for sure. This knee's over the ankle. And if you find balance, we take that other arm up. Otherwise, keep it there in the chair. You're still working on balance. Beautiful. Belly in, squeeze the glute, fire on those core muscles. All right, and we hinge forward. This is where I'm going to bring this chair in, right to me, and drop my left hand. So my left hand almost comes underneath my heart here. And then I push that hand into the chair, lift that right shoulder on top of the left shoulder, and you're going to look to that right wall, maybe looking over the shoulder. Completes this rotation. Awesome, awesome. Do with that hand whatever you'd like. You can keep it on the chair. You could lift it. You could put it into your back pocket. Whatever feels good. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. All right. And looking again down to the earth. Slide that back foot in. I'm going to turn that toe. I'm going to try to keep that toe up right there. So maintaining that balance. And then here we go. You can come into sapling pose or tree pose on the calf. You could even put it up on thigh muscle if that's accessible to you. All right. And you are here, you're balancing. If it feels right, we move to the next level. And if that feels right, we move to the next level. Give that calf muscle a squeeze with the sole of your foot. Now stay focused on your breath for 2 more breaths. And slowly, with intention, we come out of this. All the way back. I kept you there longer than I normally do. If you find yourself focusing on your breath, you're going to find that so much easier to do, I think. Deep breath in, forward fold. There's that halfway rise. Let the hands come to the crease of the hip and squeeze the shoulder blades together. Elbows are pointing to the ceiling behind you, and you're looking about 4 feet in front. Now from here, we come into chair pose. Be sure you can still see your toes. We're going to, let's bring the hands to the heart. Yep. Taking a deep breath in. And we're going to drop that left shoulder, thumb right there at the heart, and lift the right shoulder just a little bit so that left elbow points towards that left knee as you look towards the wall. Back to the center. Notice your back in chair position. Then you're going to drop that right elbow, point it to the right knee. You don't have to get it down there, just point it there. Come back to the center. Airplane pose. I'm going to straighten my legs a little bit. Extend to the back. Deep breath in. And this is going to follow with a circle sweep. Maybe fingers touch the earth. Rise all the way up. Deep breath in. Now from here, upward salute. Drop the shoulders. Connect the ribs to the hips and get nice and strong on all parts of your feet. I was just rocking back on my heels, but I got to get the toes on the ground. So grip the ground with your toes, turn the tailbone earthward. Yeah, nice. And then left hand to the heart, right hand to the belly. Let's take another Om. Om. Have a drink of water. I think we'll sit back down. Yeah, nice. Good work. Nice oming. You know, it's kind of weird to do that at first, isn't it? But you go, man, that feels pretty good inside. All right. So let's take the feet wide. We didn't get this in before, but we're going to get it in now. A little more loose here. Now, you have choices when you do this. You can simply stay up high right here if that feels good to you, as long as it feels good. You want to take a little bit deeper and say, oh, I think that feels better. Then go ahead and do that. You can also drop one shoulder down and then the other shoulder. And again. And then let's go the other direction and see how that feels. And certainly always, if there's any pain in anything, we don't work through pain here. And you all are pretty darn smart about that, I think. And again. All right. And coming right back up to the top. So feet are going to stay wide. We're just going to try to see how this works. I'm going to drop my left knee down, using my hand, look behind. And then come back and go the other way. Same thing, drop that right knee down. I'm going to use my hand, use it, hold on to the chair, nobody falls out. Turning the gaze around as best you can, as far as you can. We go the other way. One more time. My hope is we get a little stretch in the hip flexor there. And then the other way. All right. Just resituate. Grab, turn, whatever you need to, whatever you can. And then back to the front. All right. Right knee up. And sit up nice and tall. Deep breath. Exhale. Scoop the belly. Forehead towards the knee. And sit up nice and tall. And once again, we're going to take this preform stretch. If this is not part of your practice, you've been told not to do this. This gives you pain. You know not to do it. It's the one that I love doing every day, but it's not always accessible for everyone. So, your choice. You can pick this leg up. You can open it. You can drop it down on the ground. Roll that low back forward and sit up extremely tall. And then try to let everything relax. The shoulders, core muscles, the hips. All right, I'm going to encircle my knee here. Now you can release that foot there if that's feels better to you, or you can keep it right on there. Lifting it up towards the heart, take a deep breath in. We're going to add this little rotation so that knee comes towards that left shoulder and look over the left shoulder. Maybe it's accessible to wrap that arm around there. Maybe you don't get there, that's okay. And then come on back to the front. Let's take that leg out in front, hands on the chair, elbows point to the back of the chair, and just lift the heart, not the head, just lift the heart. So you're looking maybe where the ceiling and the wall hit right there. Yeah. All right, other side, same thing. Deep breath in, exhale, roll back, forehead towards the knee. And then inhale, sit tall, and cross it over. And keeping that foot flex. Ditto on this side, all right? Everybody's got that. And once you find that comfort zone where you're working, where that tension feels good, see if you can let everything relax. Use your breath. One more. All right, we're going to encircle this leg, draw it up towards your knee. And we have this little rotation, get that belly out of the way. I have to do the same thing. And then let it draw a little more towards the right shoulder and look towards that left wall, maybe towards that left shoulder. And we slowly return to the front. Extend that leg out in front. Toe to the ceiling, hands on the chair, elbows to the back. I'm just going to push into the heel of my hands, maybe use the foot, lift up ever so slightly. Keeping the chin tucked, squeeze the shoulder blades in. It's a little reverse plank, I would call it. And then release. Both feet on the ground. Let's walk on back. One more stretch from the feet, wrists, ankles, toes, everything here. In and out. All right, and lifting up L sit, we call this, and we're going to drop one toe, reaching towards the toes, but reaching back. And again, deep breath in. Other side, reach toward the toes, but reach back. Oh, and up. And then push back into the chair. Feet down, arms down. Rest. Close your eyes. Settle back in for a few moments of some deep breathing. Kind of regroup. And just be aware of the difference of the movement and the chatter to now just stillness. And let's do this again. Let's take that left hand at the heart and right hand at the belly. Kindness. Be kind to yourself. For then you'll be ready to bestow kindness into the world. A little bit of pressure there on your heart and your belly. Feel the movement. And let's take one more Om. Deep breath in. And wiggling the fingers and toes, hands together at the heart. Remembering a heart of peace shall give life to the whole body. Namaste. Nice job. I kind of like the way that Om felt today. Huh?